Well, welcome once again to Creative Changers. I'm Aaron Childry. In today's first weekly review video, I want to tell you a little bit about the lessons I've learned this week and the things that have inspired me. So let's get to it. All right, so in these weekly reviews, I want to just kind of take you through some of the lessons that I've learned through my creative practice and my creative endeavors, some of the things I've done, and some of the things that have inspired me this week. The first thing on my mind this week, and I have to give a shout out to my roommate Max for telling me about this Netflix series. But there is a Netflix series that I did not know about until just a few days ago called Tales by Light. And for any of you all out there who are photographers or artists or just love travel shows and things of that nature, you will be in love with this show. Again, it's called Tales by Light, and each episode follows a different photographer across the world. So each episode's kind of in a different place in the world, and it follows a photographer who's working on a project there. So one of the episodes I've seen so far was following the religious festival of Holi in India. Another one was in Africa, and they were taking wildlife shots in Africa. So this is a really cool idea, especially for those of us who are photographers and artists. So that's Tales by Light. I would definitely recommend you check that out on Netflix. It's just really well done as well. And speaking of shows and documentaries, I also watched the documentary about Zedd, the DJ and electronic artist. He put out a documentary called True Colors when he released his latest album. And it gives you a really interesting look into how Zedd got his start. But the coolest thing about it for me was that they show some of these events that he did to help promote and release the songs for his album True Colors. And they rented out these amazing spaces. Things like a cave. One of them, I believe, was somewhere in the Grand Canyon, and they rented out these spaces, and he had a small group of his fans gather there, eat a meal, and listen to the new song together. They were the first people to hear it, and he just did these really interesting events, and I thought that was a cool idea, and it's really interesting to see it play out in the documentary. So definitely check that out if you're interested in music. I really like Zedd because he's an electronic artist who is an amazing piano player and has great songwriting skills. And you don't necessarily see that in every electronic dance music artist, but he's one who definitely has those musical skills as well as knowing how to produce and DJ. Also this week, I had a lot of fun walking down the Atlanta Beltline. I filmed a video for that. There's a lot of art that's been commissioned along the Beltline here in Atlanta, which is like a biking, running, walking trail that goes through parts of the city. And there's just art at every different spot along the trail. So I took a video of that. You guys can check it out on the channel if you're interested. But for me, that's just a really relaxing and inspiring thing to do. To go for a walk where you're seeing different works of art at all different places along the trail. To me, that's the perfect artist date. You know, I talked about artist dates in my review of the book, The Artist Way. And to me, just being outside and seeing art is the perfect combination. And it's definitely something that keeps me inspired and keeps me relaxed. Also this week, I had a really good time making the video, the top 5 children's books that aren't just for children. It was really fun and really enjoyable to go through some of my favorite children's books and just remember my favorite parts and remind myself of these amazing stories that we can take with us even into adulthood. And then the last thing that's on my mind this week is that as creative people, I think it's very important. It's important for everybody, but maybe especially for artists and creative people. It's important for us to look after our mental health. You know, for all of us, our mind is one of our main tools, and we have to look after it the same way that we look after our body. So this week, I've started a regular meditation practice. I've done some meditation in the past, but I've just made the decision that for me to stay creative, to stay inspired, and most importantly, to stay healthy, that needs to be something that's a daily part of my life. Now, I've been using an app called Headspace that kind of guides you through a meditative practice, but there's lots of good articles and books and apps that can help you get started with meditation. I've just been doing it for about 5 minutes a day, and I'm hoping that that practice will just become something that's a part of my daily routine, and that this 5 minutes will grow as I do it more and more. And with meditation, there's nothing crazy or big secret about it. Basically, all you're doing is you're teaching yourself to learn how to quiet your mind, deal with your thoughts in a healthy way, and just let that health in. So I would definitely recommend this for anyone who's been thinking about getting started with meditation, to make it a part of your daily routine. I think you'll see increased mental health, most importantly, but also it'll help you stay inspired and stay creative. So thank you once again for tuning in to Creative Changers. I want to say a special thank you to all of you all who have been supporting me over the course of this very first week of Creative Changers videos, and I'm excited to bring you all many, many more. I hope that some of these ideas and recommendations will help you stay creative and stay inspired. Please hit that like button and the subscribe button if you enjoyed the video, and I will see you all next time.